Hi there, thanks for returning to Hearts Wide Open. This is channel where we tune in, listen to spirit, keep our hearts wide open. And I just did a reading, so this is kind of part 2 to the balloon reading. So I had a vision earlier of these balloons, which is data, information, events, people, whatever you want. And at the end, go back to that one if you want, if you feel called to it. But at the end of the last reading, I saw a magenta balloon. These were more primary colors, like a birthday party, and this beautiful, huge magenta balloon appeared, and with the curling ribbon. And I said, Kara, I'll just continue that. Well, as soon as I shut it off and I went in the house and gave Sparty his dinner and the whole thing, and it had turned into a rose. Well, this rose turned into a camellia. So then I'm seeing this camellia with the yellow centers and the bee pollinating. The bee was there with the flower. And I remember doing this other short, like, I don't know, last year sometime about the flower doesn't chase the bee, and the bee was pollinating this flower. So I'm like, well, maybe there's a love reading that wants to come in. And then I saw this expansive bridge, and I'm like, it was the Golden Gate, and I'm like, the Golden Gate was, and then it turned into like other bridges. It wasn't, so Spirit was showing me, no, it's not specific to the Golden Gate. It's more either metaphor for somebody coming to travel to see you, but it is definitely, I got the words, I wrote down bridge. I have the sticky note in there. It's to enrich your life, nourish and pollinate. So when it shifted to camellia, I didn't look it up what camellia, the name means, but it could be somebody named Camellia. And when I wrote enrich, I put E-N, rich with a capital R. So I don't know if Camellia or Rich or Richard, Cam, Cammy, even Camellia Mile is jumping out, though, like going miles to see you. So there could be a long distance relationship you're in. I don't know, but I want to see what comes through. And I did get a new deck. You know, I'm so silly. I've been gone from home for 4 months from North Carolina because of this whole adventure. I had already bought this deck in August when I was here, and I forgot I bought it because I haven't used it. I think I might have pulled from it once. So I want to use that deck, but first let's pull an emotional card around the reading and why it has to do with the color. So this magenta color is somebody that's very vibrant and spiritual. Maybe not even knowing they're spiritual or their practice, but somebody really in tune, and that really jumped out, awakening. Somebody really awake and vibrant. The essence of this magenta. In the balloon, the rose that was starting to bloom, that turned into a camellia. A camellia is more open. So maybe you're somebody that's open, more open now to receive because you've bloomed. You know, the other reading was about shifting and how you've already learned to surrender and let go of things so you're not so exhausted, and now you're ready. You detached from the outcomes. So you've already got this lesson and you've bloomed. I'm going to do another emotional card. I'm going to shuffle one more time. They call me 3 times. I say they. You know, spirit comes in so many sources, and I was going to say sources and forces. Was that 3? Interesting. I say interesting a lot, don't I? You know what else I say a lot? My host here, my dear friend and ex-husband, I say all right. Like I'm gonna move to the next thing, and he goes, you say all right a lot. And I'm like, all right, everything's all right. That's a good thing. Okay, this one fell on the ground. So it fell on my lap, I should say. Trust. So you've detached, you've bloomed. It's time, trust, because that bee yourself is coming in. That bee's coming in. And he may be, now the bridge could also be a metaphor for a bridge. Somebody is okay, so I'm feeling like somebody's bridging your relationship. Somebody's either introducing you, it's somebody you know from somebody else. I'm really warm. I'm going to open the window. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Maybe airing out something. It gets warm in here with, even though it's like 60 degrees outside, the sun is beating on the room. Okay, so moving along. It could be, I'm feeling an introduction, like a blind date introduction, or it's somebody you know. Somebody works with somebody that's either introducing you or has introduced you. Possibly for some of you, I'm getting that with the bridge, and it's wasn't a specific bridge to travel across, but it could also be they have to cross a bridge. And I'm just hearing that expression, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You've detached, so you're not hung up on anything. You're going to cross that bridge when you get to it. And I think that's around the long distance relationship. Like somebody's maybe asked, this feels like, well, why would you get involved with somebody? We can't, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You're just following your guidance. I'm holding this card backwards away from me. You've had to turn your back on something. This is the 7 of Wands. I think maybe you've had to turn your back on something, defend yourself, protect yourself. Yeah, I say that a lot too, don't I? 9 of Wands. You're pretty exhausted. You had to detach and turn your back on something. The wounded warrior. Persistence. You're close to succeeding because your persistence on your growth. You've been really persistent on your growth. You detached, you trust, and there's, just pick the last card. Ace of Cups. There's new love. New love. New love. There's the B. Whether you're male or female, gender doesn't matter. New love is incoming. Okay, so I would like some confirmation on the bridge. Is this person is this a long distance thing? Or is that a metaphor for bridging a gap in something? So some cards just flipped out. No, no, it's not that. Okay. Yay. This is exciting. I do all these healing readings about transformation, and that's fine. I love whatever I'm meant to say, I say, but I love a good love. I love reading. Okay. So the cards are like, they're hitting each other. They're running into each other. Okay, I've never shuffled where it did that. So maybe you're gonna just run into this person. The Emperor. Your Emperor is on this way. Either that or it's you. All right, I'm called to read it. Own your space with confidence. Be confident. Be confident. Trust in yourself too, with that trust. Look at all this blue. There's so much blue here. Let me turn this real quick. Look at the cards. Blue, 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 the blue pen. You're not blue anymore. All right, now I messed it all up. Hold on. Is that okay? All right. So, the Emperor. I'm gonna pick from this other deck. I'm just gonna pick one more. At least one more, they're saying, from the tarot. Any other advice? Always coming in. Big change, big change. Yes, it's going to enrich your life. This is really quick-witted. He's really intelligent and he's witty. I saw witted. Somebody really funny and it's pretty much fearless. This knight is coming in and he's quick-witted. I heard fancy on his feet. Fancy on his feet. Maybe he's a dancer, likes to dance. Maybe you meet him dancing. You run into him. Collide. This is no longer. You've already had to process enough grief. So, heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, removal. You detached from the past. I don't feel this is something. Better to know the truth than live a lie. This is something you've had to deal with. And I think Spirit's reminding you That's a past. That's the past. You're still going to be fearless and trust. Okay, so it's truth and trust. I was thinking it was like the same word, but you have to relearn trust because of the truth that you had to, yeah. That's a shift. That's a shift, that card. That shifted the energy. Can I get some clarification on the Three of Swords? I just thought of maybe it was a third party. Well, the third party could be that somebody's introducing you, the bridge. A little clarification on the Three of Swords. All right, they're saying use this. These are, I don't know this deck really well. I think I've picked from it once, but passion is what jumped out. The card, the bottom card fell out. Action and passion. A dancer. Fancy on their feet, is that what I said? Movement, perseverance, discipline, motivation, desire, fun, fulfillment, joy. Reminds me of a fairy, like in the garden with the camellias, right? The little fae and the bee coming in. All right, so let's see what else we get with this deck. It's really stiff because it's new. I'm not gonna, never mind. All right, you're saying cut it, pull 5 down. 3, 4, 5. All right, is this right? This one, yep. Initiation. Okay, you've been through a lot of initiation, but somebody is going to initiate this. So, trust. Trust. Can you believe it? Trust. Trust. Initiation. Trust, insight, awareness. Remember I said awake in the beginning? And guidance. Okay, so your guides are with you through this whole, I heard love affair. This whole love affair. They're, okay, well, oh my goodness. I got to be careful with this. I'm going to show it really quick. I don't think I'm supposed to, and I might get a strike, so I'm going to cover up that. That really jumped out at me. Physical health, vitality. What did I say? Magenta with the vitality and the essence, the body image balance. Oh, she's got a beautiful body. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? All right. Boop. Okay. There's a lot of passion. I'm even feeling like salsa dance or something. Something really, really powerful is coming in. Okay, so one more thing. Okay. I just saw a chandelier with crystals hanging off the chandelier. Like a ballroom. It's like a ballroom, but it's a chandelier. Black tie, like fancy, schmancy. What's going on here? I have a card that's up. Oh, it's a book. Okay. I just sort of get your shit together. Sorry. Okay. Let's settle. Let's settle. Fancy, schmancy, love, vibrance. This is a really powerful reading. I feel this energy. Okay, they're telling me to do this separate. Take that card and take 7 off the top. And the 7th card. I got 2 cards. I just go with it. I go with whatever my guides and spirit directs me. We've got angelic healing. The angels have been with you through your healing, your transformation, learning to detach and trust, birthing anew. Look at the image. I think I can show that. I think I can show that. Look at that. Okay, vitality. All this green in here is I'm feeling you, who I'm speaking to is an extremely healthy, vibrant, light in the sense of they eat a lot. You eat a lot of, I'm seeing spinach even. Greens, you've purified in every way. So this is huge. Trust the angels, your intuition, this new love, the bee is on its way. I mean, it could even mean if you don't want a relationship, the masculine, the bee pollinating the feminine, masculine, feminine balance, everything. You're blooming within your garden, right? Your garden, your fullness, your holistic being in essence. Okay, that's it, man. Oh, these are jumping out at me. Look at pink tourmaline, rose quartz. Yeah, this is really something. So congratulations. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. All right.